So I don't have a jig that can do pressure work, but you can even buy them if you really want one and can't make one yourself. I think there's a guy on eBay that makes them, or I saw it somewhere. The Napping Dutchman uses one. I think he still has videos up. This is already getting bent. This is already getting bent, so I'm going to have to straighten it out. I don't want anything interfering with the percussion work. Looks better. Okay. Now I could hit it with a steel mallet, but I'm just going to stick with the plastic. Start with a small experimental flake first, and then go for the large flakes. Well, it was sending in flakes earlier with the sharp pointy end of the flaker. Now it doesn't want to, but I think I've got one going. You can see around the edges that flake just hasn't released yet. Not sure where to hit it to get that to release. I think that almost got it. I might have to come in from the other side. Yeah, that's what I thought. It did start, but it has a weird tendency to create a layer. I don't know if the layer is already existing in the stone, or I created that layer with the percussion. You see what I mean? I've gotten that kind of flaking on another point. It's probably the percussion that does that. With quartzite, you know how you use bipolar percussion to split cobbles of quartzite? That may be what's happening here. Since it's basically a quartzite, and it's a pretty coarse grained, it tends to want to split along the shear plane. Let's try another piece. I got about 27 minutes left on this before I get to 30 minutes, so let me try another piece. I'm just going to biface this out. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I don't want to ruin all the Hixton that I have. It's a nice thin flake. This piece is heat treated also. In fact, I think I threw the whole batch in the turkey roaster. Because I was trying to nap it raw and it was just crumbling. Well, that's not too bad. If I can do that every time, that'd be great. And the quality of the Hixton I have varies from piece to piece, so this might be a very good piece. At least it doesn't have quite as bad a cortex as the other one. Yeah, quality is a little bit better on this piece. I'm abrading in both directions to really take down that edge and make it very dull. Nice. Nice. Here we go with the splitting. Not sure what to call that. Except for splitting. Maybe if I drop the platforms a little bit lower, they won't split like that, because I'm hitting right at center line. Platforms are right at center line. And sometimes they work. That one hurt my finger. I'm striking these edges extremely hard. Very good. So yeah, this one flakes easier. Which usually means it'll break in half easier too. I'm going to compare it to a antler pressure flaker. Yeah, antler grips the edge a lot better. Oh yeah. Steel is very slippy. Yeah, the antler grabs and pulls the flakes. I don't think I could have cleared that step with a piece of steel. Steel just powers through. Okay. It just steel just kind of smashes its way through. But on this particular piece, it's not too bad. The flakes are carrying better than normal, or at least better than the last one. Yeah, they're going pretty good on this piece. That was nice. Of course, it's not going to do what I want it to do when I need it to do it. That crack there is a problem, because if I now do percussion on the tip, it'll break right there. That's an interior defect of the stone. So that's about as thin as a tip is going to get. I think I'm safe with pressure on the tip, but no more percussion. Now this edge is tougher than the other edge. No, let's see if I remember. I got to drop it down low so I don't get the splitting effect when I hit it again with hard percussion impacts. Okay, here goes. Very hard percussion impacts. Alrighty, not too bad. Okay, so I'm not sure what kind of notches to put in it. Let's see, I've got some time, 13 minutes. So while I'm pressure flaking this, I'm going to think about the notches. I was looking at points from the upper central area of the US, but I think I was looking at Wisconsin and not Minnesota. I can't remember any of the points from Minnesota other than the paleo ones. Come on. Steel is slipping. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to do some percussion notches very wide. See how it turns out. Try not to take too much of the corners off. I still might be able to do an expanding stem. I'll try for an expanding stem. If it doesn't work out, I can always do a contracting stem. I like those big notch punch outs. But they're risky because you can take the barb off easily. I hate to take off that ear, but I gotta make it look symmetrical. I'm gonna thin down that stem. I think I'm going to continue with pressure. Got about 9 minutes. So maybe I could have done the notches with pressure and not blow off those ears. Maybe next time. I was feeling pretty confident with the percussion. Spatula tool. Not too bad. Trying to make a sharp termination to that notch. Maybe that's not the way they were done. I'm going to make it more rounded. If there is a point type with sharp terminations to the bottom of those notches, sorry about that. Stem is still pretty thick. But I think it's within range. We'll just pretend it is. Okay, so the edge is pretty sharp. I think I've already flaked all the way down the edge. There's some crushing in some areas. I could try to run another percussion pass, but I don't know. Kind of risky. Another percussion pass to make it a little thinner. I'm just worried about that spot there. Okay, still got some time. I'm going to go ahead and try for 1 or 2 more percussion flakes. Nice. That was lucky. Nice. Okay, so that's as narrow, I mean that's as thin as I dare to go for the video. There was a thick spot on the edge. I have another thick spot here, but I'm afraid to hit anywhere above that crack, because I can still see a little bit of a crack there. See it running there? If I hit anywhere above that, like if I wanted to hit this edge to try to remove some of this crud here, if I wanted to hit that to send a flake across there, it would probably pop the tip off. Yeah, that's good enough. This side is rougher and more difficult to nap than this side here. So if I try now to run flakes across, it'll have to be on perfect platforms. I'll need to take back this edge a lot. I'd lose some width, and I don't think it'd be worth it. Because they might not run across. You might end up with a bunch of steps in the middle. And a narrow point with steps in the middle is a newbie type of point. And I should be able to do a little bit better than that. I don't know if you guys like serrations up in Minnesota or not. I think I'll do another one of these soon. Let's see, do I have time to... I don't have time to measure the width, the thickness, so I'll put it in the description.